If you want to leap, turn, and create great drama mid-air, then it's time to learn Grand Jete on Tournant. Here we are in Studio 3 at Yorkshire Dance in Leeds. Today, we're here to study Grand Jete and Grand Jete on Tournant. Now, many of you might be asking, what is a Grand Jete and a Grand Jete on Tournant? It literally translates as grand, a big, jete, throw, on tournant, whilst turning. So it's a big throw whilst turning. So how do we train a Grand Jete and a Grand Jete on Tournant? 3 key stages to this move. We're going to use flexion through the knees and the thighs. We use friction, which is called floor pressure, and then we use extension to create the move. Or in particular, for a normal Grand Jete, we extend and elevate. Friction is the most vital component of a Grand Jete. So using more floor pressure creates greater elevation, more hang time, a bigger split position, and ultimately it creates more drama. So how do we teach a Grand Jete? Well, we simply strip it back to its origins, take it back to the bar, and work on all the technical elements. So let's get to work. Again, some beautiful fake stretching, which I always love. Nice fake warming up. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go into a dégagé derrière position for me, please. Okay, so what we've got here, we're going to maintain turnout right through the way. Now, most important aspect of a Grand Jete on Tournant, and many people do not apply this when executing this movement, will be a demi-plie in first position. So I want you to hit demi-plie for me, please. Boom. Take this arm into first position. Now we're going to take a dégagé to divan position, please. Holding there. Next movement is going to be bringing this leg to 90 degrees. We want 90 degrees because it's grand. Grand meaning big. From here, this is the jeté motion, and then we're going to go up and we're going to jump into arabesque and up, halt. We're going to stay there, and then we're going to just nicely close in and just finish for me. Good. So that's a Grand Jete. That is a very simple movement, but very, very difficult to execute. And it takes a lot of strength and a lot of elevation to make that move look really extraordinary. So I'd like to do that on the other side. Okay, feet in first, dégagé derrière, hold. We're going to go into first position, arm in first, nice big juicy demi-plie. And what we've done here is we've connected to the floor. We're then going to drive the foot through the floor into dégagé, and then we're going to bring this leg up to grand battement devant. We're going to hold this position here, and from there we are going to jeté and up and into arabesque, hold. Bringing that shoulder forward for me, Evie, and that hand on the bar. So we've traveled in a straight line. And relax. Good, and in. Okay, other side. The most important thing in a Grand Jete is floor pressure, because floor pressure provides us with energy and fuel in which we're going to actively jump into the air to land. Without any floor pressure, we're going to have to use different mechanics of the body, which put lots of different pressures on us. It is all about connecting and using friction. So as we're practicing, I want to see first through. Here we go, ready? And first through. Good, again. We're going to go in again and first hold. One more time. Lovely. And push and through, hold. Great stuff, really, really, really good. And relax. Lovely. So next up, we're going to train in the Grand Jete on Tournant. Now, what makes a Grand Jete on Tournant different, and many people have different opinions about this, but the Grand Jete on Tournant is essentially a scissor leap, and this is when it's performed at its most advanced level. So what I'm going to ask you for the students to take that dégagé derrière for me again. Okay? And they're going to hold this position. So from there, we're into this position. So again, what we concentrate on is bringing this arm in. We're connected to the floor. The leg goes through dégagé to devant, but this time what's going to take place is that instead of going up and over, this time, this leg we're going to land on, but this other leg is going to flip to become the derrière leg. And that's what makes it such a complex move. So let's see if they can do it from a standing position, because it's not easy at all. 5, 6, 7, and turn, hold. That was great. Well done. And in. Now, I personally feel that this movement is far harder at the bar than it is in the center, and the reason for that is that we have no momentum. We just have technique and strength, and that's brilliant, because if we get it right at the bar, when we put it in the center, we can be so much more elaborate with those positions. So we prepared 2 exercises for you to practice that are going to really help train the Grand Jete and Grand Jete en Tournant. So here's an exercise that you can do at home. If you've got a foam roller, even a bottle of water, or something that you're going to take your leg over, this is a great way to train muscles in the hip flexor area. So Evie's going to show us with a nice flat spine, the knee fully pulled into the body for correct posture. We're going to isolate the hip flexor to allow us to facilitate a greater range of movement with more control. Here we go, Evie. Beautiful. It's nice and slowly. It's quality of work, not how many reps, but the quality of the rep. It's coming up and over and smoothly down. She's going to do one more time. She's going to go a little higher. She's going to go a little higher. She's going to arc it through. And then it's going to recover to come back over. So this strength is all taking place. Can you feel that, Evie? Excellent. Well done. So this is the second exercise at the bar, working on both sides to create balance and consistency. Position 1 through demi-plie. Extend 2, Grand Jete 3, hold 4, we'll recover for 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now we're going to add the movement into the Grand Jete, which is called a stretch shortening cycle. For a great example of a stretch shortening cycle, here's Jan Zelezny throwing the javelin for a world record. When you watch javelin throwers and how they prepare and build up and then launch their javelin to well over 90 meters, that's how we're going to approach and attack our Grand Jetés, by using a 3-step attack pattern. So we're going to work on this footwork together, Holly and I. So we're going to start off on our left, which would be your right, and we're going to hold small, getting bigger, and delivering the biggest step on the 3rd step. And this is ultimately going to help us to then bounce off the floor, because we're generating that friction that we spoke about, and we're applying it into a deep set plie, which is then going to launch us into the orbit. Okay? So together, Holly and I, we're not going to do casual, cautious. We're going to attack like angry gorillas. 6, 7, 8, step, step, boom. And it's that first movement that's going to make the biggest difference. If this movement is weak and tepid and we lose our pathways, we're going to get a roundhouse, flying butterfly, weird kind of elevated step. I want to see this pathway. And that's the most key thing. If you get your pathways right, you can then elevate and split your legs. Let's practice that run one more time, Holly. Here we go. And step and bang. Yeah. One more time. Bigger steps, Holly. So we go small, medium, large. It's the same way as I was saying about a javelin thrower. He's not taking large steps all the way. He's starting off with a deliberate run up that gets bigger until that moment of impact. It's the same philosophy for a dancer. Again, 6, 7, 8, step and hold. And then we're going to elevate. All great dancers accelerate at one given point where their entire body connects, and that's where the launch takes place. So let's execute. And remember, you need plenty of space to do this. Here we go, Holly. Go. And up. Nice. One more. Come on. Higher. You can do it. I know you can do it. Go for it. And hop! Yeah! So it really is technique that ultimately delivers, and you have to keep chipping away at it. It won't happen overnight, but those small adjustments every time, your pathway, your floor pressure, that friction that we spoke about, acceleration of movement, a drive, a purpose towards your Grand Allegro will definitely see you all reach massive new heights. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you've got any questions or you need any assistance with some of these big jumps, leave a message in the comments section. I'll see you next time on Howley Ballet. Au revoir!